if I had to describe Raw in one word or with just one particular match, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas. Other than that, Raw just failed to build up enough momentum for the Royal Rumble. Just, I felt like this Raw felt a little bit empty in this sort of way that's like, oh, you're trying your best, and then you didn't do good, and then, oh, you tried to do something different, didn't go good. But it's just the one outlier is Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. The rivalry has just been fantastic since their first match in 2018, I think. Maybe it was 2019 when they first met. Yeah, 2019 when they first met, all the way to now. It's been a year of this rivalry, and it's just been match after match after match that has stolen the show. It's just been incredible. It's just been that match. The ladder match was great. You know, there was a few slip ups, some things that went wrong with Rey falling down almost on his head. I think he landed on his head. So, scary sight. But Andrade retained the U.S. title. I think that's good for him. It gives him projection to where his future lies. Rey doesn't really need the U.S. title no more. He doesn't need a mid-card championship no more. I think you give him one last world championship reign. One last world championship reign, please. For all that's holy, Rey needs just one last world championship reign before he's done. Because we all know Rey's coming to an end. Rey's coming to a stop in his career. You know, 619 is not going to be anymore. You know, he's near 50 years old, and it's 2020. You can see, you know, it's a little bit slowing down. It's a little bit of him slowing down in a way, but you know, that's what happens when you get to that age and you have so much wear and tear on your body. And Rey's near that age where it's just like he's nearing the end, and that's gonna be okay. Um, so that's how Raw in the matchway kicked off. The Raw kicked off with the Messiahs of Raw, AOP, Seth, and now Buddy Murphy, take staring down to cutting their little promo with Samoa Joe, KO, and Viking Raiders coming out to interrupt them, which set up a little angle, which set up a little match, an angle for later on before the main event. So that was pretty. Just one overall take that I want to take away from it is AOP and Viking Raiders finally staring face to face. And I found it a little bit stupid to find it that they did not compete one on one, because you're going to see later what I mean by that. Other than what happened with the ladder match and everything, Humberto Carrillo returned. It was great to see him. He's a young guy. He's going to get that mid-card championship reign sometime soon. He's going to get that U.S. title reign. Humberto was great. I think Humberto has a good future in hand. You get to work with Rey. You get to work with Andrade. Two great performers from Mexican heritage, especially Andrade, who was Mexican himself. Rey's Mexican descent in a way, because he was born in America. Let's not get that out the way. And Humberto has such good talent in the ring. He can go at it with some of the best. I do think that he has the potential to be someone great. And if he gets the U.S. title win, I'm going to be proud for him. I'm going to be happy for him, regardless. Martin Luther King tribute, that's all I need to say, because yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, celebrating the Day of the King. Nothing really much to say about that. Just WWE knows how to just put up a perfect package for someone for a tribute. Aleister Black had a match. Black masked him, and that was pretty much it. And I feel like for Aleister, he just needs a mid card. He needs a mid card title run, not a main event title run just yet. He needs at least until the summer of this year or until the fall of this year to finally get that big main event push that we all want Aleister to have. Because Aleister is fantastic in the ring. If you've seen his matches with Buddy Murphy, it's been some of the best. They've been some of the best. Oh man. Drew and Randy, I didn't know we were gonna have a match together tonight. That was something that I'm gonna get to later. But Brock Lesnar came out and cut a little bit of a promo. well, not Brock, but Paul Heyman did. He spoke his words, explained what Brock was going to do, and then Ricochet. Oh, Ricochet. Oh, Ricochet. Trevor. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Just. Let us first bow our heads. Bow your heads, please, and do a prayer for Ricochet. Dear Heavenly Father, Ricochet is an idiot. Paul Heyman said nobody in the back was brave to challenge him. Ricochet, knowing how short and little he is at times, although he's got abs of a god, he doesn't have what it takes to step up to Brock Lesnar. And then he got a kick straight to the balls. Pray for him at the Royal Rumble. And the WWE title's not going to be on the line, so fuck. Randy had a little bit of an interview. Said Drew was great, but he's going to put him down with the RKO. And then next thing you know, Drew and Randy had a pretty fine match. I thought it was a fine match because I do tend to enjoy Randy matches more than most other people do. But Drew and Randy had a fine match. I think Drew's talent is just keeps growing and growing. His stock keeps rising in the company. It just keeps getting better and better. And they're turning him face. They're going to turn him face. They're turning him face eventually. And it's going to be awesome. The match was fun, and then the OC ran out for interference. It was a good match that was ruined by the interference of the OC, AJ, Carl, and Luke. Of course, they got an RKO and they got a Claymore. Of course, RKO and the Claymore had to come out, and then Orton hit the RKO on Drew, and then Drew cut a promo in the ring, just saying that that Randy was going to get his head kicked off, and Drew is finally going to main event WrestleMania. I want that for Drew so bad, because I've been a fan of Drew since he came back. I've been a fan of Drew since he was in WWE in like 07. When he re-debuted in 09, Drew had potential. And I've been that big a supporter for Drew when he was in Impact Wrestling. He won the World Championship there. And then the next thing you know, comes back to the WWE, goes to NXT, wins the NXT Championship, had a short reign, though didn't get enough time with it because, boom, he separated his tricep, around the arm. So, yeah, it was bad for Drew, to say the least. I mean, bad timing. Then he gets called up to the main roster, and then, he gets paired with Dolph, he gets paired with Shane McMahon, he gets paired with pretty much every goddamn body. And it's ridiculous, because the guy has a bunch of damn talent to step out on his own, be a main event player. He's got the physique, he's got the talent, he's got the mic work. Drew has almost everything. He has everything. And you don't push him. How? How do you not push him? You gotta push him. You gotta give him the title. He deserved the Universal title. And when he got called up, he deserved the Universal title when it was 2019. He deserved the WWE Championship now. If he doesn't win it, he doesn't win the Rumble, I don't know who's going to win. I honestly, if he gets eliminated early, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Charlotte, let's focus. Charlotte had an interview. Charlotte, I don't understand what's wrong with these. I just get annoyed now with these interviews. It just gets annoying to, it just gets annoying to do these interview notes. And it's, ridiculous. Charlotte cut an interview, saying that she's always confident and prepared, and then Becky was standing next to her because she said something about, Charlotte said something about not winning the Rumble last year because Becky eliminated her, and then Becky went on to win both championships with Ronda and Charlotte. And then she was ready to face 29 women to win the Rumble, and Becky cut her promo after, break because her match was up next with Kairi Sane, and said the man was in Kansas, Asuka did her a favor, and Asuka had doubt, scared of Becky, and then she mentions how she lost to Becky Well, she lost to Asuka at Royal Rumble last year, and then Becky was standing on top while Asuka got eliminated in the Women's Battle Royal, which was won by Carmella. Let's not mention that, please. Just no. Becky and Kyrie had a match. Fine match. Becky won with the disarm her. Asuka came in for the attack, attacking Becky, taking her down, showing that she deserves to win. And I feel in my heart of hearts, Asuka has to win at Royal Rumble because she's been dying for a moment like this. And there's so much you can do. There's so much you can do with Asuka winning the Raw Women's Championship, and just so there's a storyline that you can do. There's just a story of things that you can do with Asuka winning the Raw Women's Championship, becoming, I think, the second person to win the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT Women's Championships. I think, Charlotte, Becky, not Becky, Charlotte, and Becky, Bailey, they've done it. So she will be the third, which would be crazy. The Raw tag titles were up next. Before that, it was a Rocky tribute, and then just nothing to say about that. Rest in peace to Soul Man Rocky Johnson. He's resting up there in heaven, resting up there in power with some of the all-time greats, some of the legends up there in wrestling heaven. Nothing much to say about that. Asuka had an interview, and her and Kyrie talked in Japanese. I love the Kombucha Warriors. I love the Kombucha Warriors when they speak Spanish. Oh, not Spanish. God damn it. Let me backtrack. When they speak Japanese. And it's just the most perfect thing you can do because they're heels. Nobody's going to understand them. Love it. And Becky wasn't ready for Asuka. Becky's not ready for Asuka. And just laughed. Can Asuka win, please? That's all I'm asking. But if we're going to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the show, or to a little bit of a segment, Seth said that the Viking Raiders were going to get a challenge for the Raw Tag Team Championship. You think it was going to be AOP, and you get to know it was Seth and Buddy. Now, I'm a fan of Buddy and I'm a fan of Seth, but I also am a fan of the Authors of Pain. Why are you not putting them in the tag title picture for some reason? They are a legit tag team. They've been a tag team for a number of years, since 2016, 2015. You have those guys that can run the Raw tag team division, while Seth can run the main event picture and Buddy Murphy can work the mid-card picture. You have those things, and yet you crumble it in pieces, and then you do nothing with it. Other than that, I mean, the tag title match was good, and Buddy and Seth won. And I feel like, wrong as it is for those two to be tag team champions, even though I'm a Seth and Buddy supporter, Buddy is in the best place that he can be with the Messiahs of Raw. He's with Seth Rollins, a main event star. Authors of Pain are a great, dominant, brute tag team. Buddy's in a perfect place right now where he can succeed. And now that he has a Raw tag team champion, or a championship overall, you're giving him something to launch himself into something bigger. Something a whole lot bigger. And, a shame that the Viking Raiders had to lose in such a way to, lose their first tag title match to a team that wasn't existent. But in the end, I think Buddy Murphy is in a particular spot where he can get to the main event, where he can get to the stratosphere, because he's got Seth in his back. He's got Seth right there. He's going to get a title match soon. He's going to be a main event star, is Buddy Murphy. And then I don't know what the hell this was, but the Street Profits did a basically like a John Oliver thing. What the fuck are you doing to the Street Profits? What are you doing? You're ruining them. You're ruining them with these scripted, stupid, lame segments. Just no, 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 no. Just no, no, just no. Just you're ruining them. You're killing them. R-Truth is great. He's comedy filler at his very finest. But just no. Just absolutely not. Just no, no, no. Do not treat the. You don't treat the Street Profits like this. No, they're in Otis. Got a little bit of a package for himself with Val Venus theme song. Otis is a national treasure. But what are you doing to the Street Profits? Stop it. Just stop. Oh, they should be in NXT still. Matt Hardy had a match with Eric Rowan. And that is your visual representation of what happened with Eric Rowan and Matt Hardy. Just ruined my life. Matt Hardy, I hope he gets something good. I really, really hope he gets something. I hope he gets something because Matt deserves a lot better. KO Joe had an interview. They said they were going to enter the Rumble, building tension between those two. Yeah. Mojo Rawley, he was going to say that everyone's been running with the 24/7 championship, been hiding, but Mojo is going to be a champion that steps up to people and doesn't run away from the competition like he did with the Singh brothers, and the Singh brothers got destroyed. Lana and Bobby versus Rusev and Liv. Lana cut her promo, just screaming at the audience and just ridiculous. Rusev and Liv and those two had a match, and it was a quick match because it was almost in overtime, and Raw had to go off the air. Bobby and Lana won because Lana kept getting in the way of Rusev. I like this storyline better when it was just no matches and they were just basically cutting shit from the goddamn tooth. That's what it was all about, when it was just straight raw shit. That's what I like in my rivalries. Other than that, thanks, Rey and Andrade. You did your part. Everyone else, besides Drew and Randy, besides Drew and Randy and Rey and Andrade, this Raw gets a 5 out of 10 for me. This is. I don't want to give it a low score because I feel like if I give it a 1 to 4 is just everything was just clunky as fuck. It was just terrible. Didn't do well for me in the same way. 5 to 6 is fine. One match or two matches stood out for me, but everything else failed. 7 to 8 is okay. The show was pretty good. There was a couple of things that stood out for me, just a little bit fell off. And 9 to 10 is just where everything is just damn good. It's fantastic. The NXT rating, that's what it's gonna be. So Raw got a 5, and this was the go home show, and I'm not excited for Raw side except for the Raw Women's Championship. Wonder what SmackDown will do next. Other than that, I've heard news that NXT won't be in the Royal Rumble. But I'm gonna end this video and I was just gonna talk about it later.